Yo, what's going on with y'all? It's your boy NeoXO coming back at y'all with another Black Clover video. Today we're going to be reviewing Black Clover chapter 300. Now, this chapter was a little bit dialogue heavy, which for me personally, I don't really have any problems with a dialogue heavy chapter. Some people might find it, a little less desirable because last week we had that action-packed chapter with Gaja going out like he did. He really went out like a warrior. So, this week a dialogue chapter makes sense. You want to keep the pace consistent a little bit. But as far as Gaja, he basically ends up collapsing out of the sky. We really don't have any clarification whether he's dead or alive. However, Megicula does talk about how his magic was pretty impressive, and we all knew that already. We seen him burn through his life energy and use a very powerful ultimate magic technique. So Megicula pretty much says this is what it's like for someone to burn through their life, essentially. So he basically used up all of his life to do this attack against Megicula, and Megicula was pretty impressed for a devil, you know what I'm saying? And she basically says that luckily for her, she has curse regeneration, and it pretty much outsped the spell, so it wasn't able to destroy her heart because she was able to just regenerate so fast. We've seen this in the past with devils like Zagreus. He pretty much needed to have his heart destroyed in order for him to die. Megicula didn't end up getting her heart destroyed by this attack, and she was able to regenerate using her curse magic. So pretty much she's untouched, like she completely regenerated. And this was kind of expected by me because it was a little bit foreshadowed whenever we saw the smoke last chapter and Megicula had her wings spread out. Now, speaking of her wings, in this chapter we get like a full page panel, whatever you want to call it, and she has her wings spread out, and she actually has eyes on all of her wings, and I think that's a really cool design. Me personally, I really like it. As far as a new form, this is not really a new form or anything like that. She just is more in a ready position, if you ask me, because before she had her wings folded in and now she has them spread wide. That to me seems like she's a little more serious, and throughout this chapter she gets increasingly more serious. Basically, she's done playing around. We know that a lot of the devils like to play around with their enemies, and that's what she was doing at first, and pretty much Gaja intrigued her enough. I guess she's like, all right, that's enough intriguement for myself, so I'm gonna go ahead and start to do some real damage. So at that point, Megicula says it's over, humans, and she tries to blow up Lolopechkla. Now we get some panels of Real and Charlotte, and they are out of there. They're not really, they're out of commission right now. They can't do nothing against Megicula. Noelle's the only one remaining that can possibly do something against Megicula, and she's pretty much not giving up. Her and Megicula kind of have some dialogue, which why I say this was kind of dialogue heavy, which I enjoy dialogue. So basically they're talking to each other. Megicula's like, with us devils, we don't even try to, go against our natural order, pecking order, pretty much. So like, how they have the lowest ranking devils, highest ranking devils. A lowest ranking devil wouldn't even try against a high ranking devil. So Megicula's kind of perplexed why Noelle would want to keep on fighting against Megicula knowing that she can't win. And Noelle pretty much says that is one of the perks of being a human, is that their greatest power is never giving up. She definitely learned that from Asta, and she credits that to him. She pretty much has to. She got that straight from Asta, and I agree with that 100%. The humans just don't give up, and that's what actually causes a lot of the devils to go down, because they like to play around in the beginning of the fight, and whenever the humans start getting upper hand, they're like, oh, we haven't faced something like this in the underworld, because they don't do that in the underworld. Devils wouldn't even try. They would just take whatever was thrown at them. Now, speaking of not giving up, Noelle is pretty much, like I said, the only one standing, and Megicula decides she's about ready to blow Lolo up. So she ends up using her curse magic on Lolo, and that was of course gonna blow her up. And we've seen this used in the past briefly whenever Vonica went to the Heart Kingdom, and then she ended up, not needing her dark disciples anymore. So They ended up blowing up the Dark Disciples with the curse warding magic. Pretty much the same concept here. And Lolo's about to be blown up simply because Megicula is tired of playing the games, and she basically ready. She basically ready to manifest. Like, I don't know how long she's been in the underworld, probably thousands of years, and she's just pretty much ready to manifest. So she's gonna blow up Lolo. We still have no word on Vonica. Vonica was not even in this chapter, so we do not know if Vonica is dead or alive. Same thing with Gaja. We don't know if Gaja is dead or alive. I've seen some people theorize that perhaps Vonica and the Dark Triad pretty much turn against the devils, because the devils turned against them first. So they might turn against the devils and help the Clover Kingdom defeat the devils, because the Dark Triad basically got betrayed by the devils. Now, is anyone surprised by that? I don't really think so. Now, right before Lolo is about to blow up, we get the boy hero of the story, Asta himself in the flesh. He comes in flying on his sword. That'll never get old to me. That's really cool. I like to see that, especially since he couldn't even fly in the beginning of the series. But I digress. So basically, he comes in flying on his sword, and he goes straight to Lolopechkla. He says some words to Noelle, like, "Hey Noelle, I'm here," and goes to Lolopechkla, and he absorbs the curse. Now, I wouldn't say he got rid of the curse, you know, because if he could have just get rid of the curse the whole time, he would have did that whenever they were in the Heart Kingdom. So it wouldn't really make sense for him not to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that he just pretty much took a lot of the negative mana out and returned her to a human form. But there's still going to be some lingerings there. She's still going to have some kind of marking or something, kind of like Patri. Patri has like a dark eye now, ever since like he got transformed into the Dark Elf, and he's not really the same, you know. And so it wouldn't really make sense for Lolo to just go straight back to how she was, but at the very least, she got turned back into a human, and she didn't blow up because Asta absorbed all of that mana. He pretty much got rid of it, and it's gone out of Lolo's body. Now, as far as Asta, he comes in, you know, and he's pretty much ready to fight. He's ready to fight Megicula now. Like, he's ready to go. And Lolo saved. Noelle is pretty much so happy to see him. Like, the look on Noelle's face is of pure hope, and Asta is just ready to go. And Noelle's really happy. She's like, "It's not safe here, stupid. Why are you here?" And you know, we know on the inside she's very, very happy to see Asta. And from here, it looks like Asta's gonna take over. But this was a very good chapter indeed. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. As always, it's me, your boy NeoXO, and I'm out.